My friends, I have made it back to one of my most favorite mountain bike destinations in the world. It's Scotland. I am on hour number 28 of my travels. So if I seem a bit disheveled or topsy-turvy, that is why. I tried to sleep on the plane. I had the neck pillow, I had the headphones. It just wasn't meant to be. This trip has been made possible by developing mountain biking in Scotland, aka Dimbins, and my new buddy Tim Wild, who put this whole thing together along with Dimbins to show off some really good destinations. They say they actually get more American tourists in Scotland than English tourists. It's much easier for the people in England to hop on a plane or a train and get to other destinations in Europe than to get in the car and drive 4 or 5 hours up north. So we're gonna travel around and do a bunch of different rides out here and hopefully convince a few of you to come out and do it too. And surprise, surprise, my buddy Alexander, the Singletrack Sampler, is here with me on this trip. I'll be doing a video, he'll be doing a video. I'll be doing a video, he'll be doing a video. Oh, perfection, gonna be so good. It was a fantastic drive from Edinburgh. Did we go north? Did we go south? I think we went south. This is the Innerleithen area. We're at Glentress. I actually rode this area, this trail system, back when I did my other UK trip, which right now, I don't remember if it was 6 years ago or 7 years ago. Our first stop was Substance Cycles in Edinburgh. When you're in Scotland, you gotta ride a Scottish bike. Alexander and I will both be on Deviate Highlanders. They are some nice looking bikes. I'm sure they're gonna be some nice riding bikes too. The itinerary is a blur. We will get it all figured out. That's one of the best things about going on these mountain bike trips. I just have to show up. Once I get here, I ride and go with the flow. But I do know, at least tonight, we're actually staying in some really nice glamping tents. These are amazing. I would love to get a bunch of these at Everstoke for a little more high-end feel. I'm sleeping here. Alexander's sleeping here. We got a fire if we need it. I don't think we're gonna. I don't think Alex knows that I snore like the dickens. Wheels on the ground in Scotland. Well, wheels on the tarmac on the old abandoned railroad. We'll get to the ground eventually. It's summer in Scotland. It was a little drizzly earlier. I wish I had a video of it, but we saw a guy with the top down on his Mercedes-Benz, and it just seems a little ridiculous because it is a wee bit chilly. So we're staying in Glentress. We're heading over to Innerleithen. This is the Tweed Valley. You've probably heard of it, the Tweed Love Festival. They're actually having their last festival here pretty soon, and the Tweed River is off to the right here. Get a map out, check it out. Trail Forks is actually a great map to look at. Well, I don't know what the heck's going on here, but these people seem to be playing soccer on a golf course. Oh, I think I hear some bagpipes.
Oh yeah.
Now we're getting the full experience. I mean, I've never even heard of football golf, and then to actually see it, like to see it being played and not even hear of the sport before, that's pretty cool.
This is gonna be hard to deal with.
Oh. Mountain bikers trying to pump. It's the way to get warmed up. This is our guide for the day, Mark from Developing Mountain Biking in Scotland. We've also got Simon and Gordon along for the ride today. And Alex with the red bag. Wow, this is really cool. And we ain't even on the dirt yet. Man, I love international trips so much. I love the travel, but the number one thing is the language barrier. Then you come to the UK, you don't have the language barrier. You can talk to all the people. So jealous of my Spanish speaking friends that can travel so much more of the world and see so many more things. This neighborhood is so cool. Every single house, almost every house, has a name. This one is the Cumley Bank Cottage, the Milestone Cottage. And it's not because it's an Airbnb, it's because they named their house. Oh! It's tough for us on the wrong side of the street. So Mark just told me Interlethen is a town of 2,000 people and there's 4 bike shops. I live in a city of 120,000 people, 0 bike shops. We're stopping here at iCycles for a big old mud guard because it might be a little muddy. And even though this was a little bit of a chilly day, we ended up being on our bikes for more than 6 hours. It doesn't matter if it's a hot day, a cool day. If you are out on your bike for that long and you are not taking care of your hydration, you are gonna be in trouble. So that's why I always make sure I am dialed in with the fine sponsor of today's video, Element. When your electrolytes are out of whack, you're gonna get headaches, you're gonna get cramps, you're gonna be tired. It took me so long to find the perfect electrolyte drink mix for me that didn't mess with my stomach, that didn't make me jittery, but still kept me fired up, that tasted great and didn't have a pound of sugar. For me, Element checks every single one of those boxes. The Element thesis is simple. Out with sugar and in with salt. They believe that most people, especially healthy, active people that get out and sweat a lot, need more salt in their diet, not less, to perform their best and feel good. The Element mission is to restore health through hydration. It's not just for big bike rides, it's for everyday living. It's for big travel days when you're up for 28 hours straight, spending 16 of those hours inside of a plane. Bring your Element, your body will thank you. Head on over to drinkelement.com/BKXC, and when you use my link on any order, you're gonna get a free 8-pack sample pack so you can figure out which of the great salty electrolyte drink mixes is best for you. And my link, drinklmnt.com/BKXC, it's not just for first-time buyers. Every time you put an Element order in, use my link. It helps the channel so much to keep our partnership going. If you give Element a try, I really think you're gonna like it, but anything's possible. And Element has a fantastic no questions asked refund policy. If you don't like it, just send them an email. They'll refund your order, no questions asked. It's about time you got your hydration dialed in, and the best way to do it is with Element. Here we are in Caverston Forest, AKA The Golfie. I've been hearing about this place ever since I started my channel, so it's like pretty amazing to finally be here, to finally get to ride the trails. And they call it The Golfie because there's a golf course right here. Mark was telling me this climb, you can actually maybe see some of it right there, used to be a big boggy mess, and they spent a lot of time and a decent amount of money making this a nice, easy way up. Nice.
Caramelly.
Awesome. Oh yeah. We've had our first mechanical of the trip. Gordon ran over some little sharp rock and it ripped the knob off. We're back up and running now. Ooh, that standing around getting cold is tough, but I took a nice little snack break. Probably the only drawback of being skinny is that everybody else has got 20 pounds of fat on me, so just insulate, get a little bit colder, a little bit quicker. Nice hill. One of the guys was like, don't call it a mountain, it's just a hill. So we are all ready to drop into the first trail of the trip, but Alex wants to test out his brakes because he's running XT brakes. Normally he runs SRAM brakes, which are a lot more spongy, more modulation. So he's testing them out, grabs too much front brake, flies over the handlebars, and just happens to break off the lever to his rear brake. But by some miracle of engineering, we were able to put a zip tie through his brake lever, and holy moly, it actually worked.
Is that
Oh,
functional?
dude, I can do
How's
that.
the reach on that?
I can do that.
Thank God for
That's
XT's
actually
own
I can
bike
do
point.
this.
Yeah.
I can totally ride like this.
Try not
Poke.
to sever your finger on the end of it.
All right, Brian, so follow me.
Easy. Here we go. Wow, beautiful. Shakedown. This one's called New York, New York. A trail so nice they named it twice. Yeah. How's he rolling with those brakes?
So far, so good.
I can't believe it. Yeah. It's a different muscle. Okay, now we're going into the deep dark forest. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna have to take the glasses off, but I wanted to actually use them because there's enough stuff kicking up all the time, but this is very dark. He was right. Yeah, this will be the true test if this mudguard actually works. I actually don't believe in the mudguards. I've only had the small ones, but I don't think they've helped whatsoever. It's kind of like a tubeless sealant. You don't believe in it because you always get a flat, but it's saved you so many times that you don't know. Is that survivorship bias, they call it? Here we go, mudguard test. Yeah, suspension definitely feels stiff right now, but I kind of like that. Push harder into it. Friggin' make it work for you. You know, I'm like a downhill guy. That's how the downhill racers have it set up, stiff as. Oh, this is cool. Oh, ay, ay, ay. Oh. Oh yeah, we're getting started good. Over the bars, kind of, sort of, halfway. The bar hit me in the groin pretty good. Did not feel good. Oh. Woo. Oh yeah. Sun's coming out. It's getting warm. My 3 water bottles may have been a little overkill, but I'm happy to have the extra. So this is Sitka spruce here from Scandinavia, imported for logging purposes, for toilet paper purposes, pencils, and construction. They're saying that when there's a big storm here, it knocks down the trees, and then it knocks down the next tree, and the next tree, and the next tree, and it just causes a domino effect where in 2020 they had a crazy storm where the wind was blowing the wrong way, and it just took out a ton of stuff. Now we're gonna take on flat white, and this has been reworked recently, and there's like a couple different logs across the trail, and the trail's closed, but they're gonna open it soon. So the story goes that the trail builders would come out and build this one, and then every day after being done at work, they had a flat white at the #1 cafe. Yeah. Woo. Oh. Yeah. Oh, trying to get right in the groove. Little shaley. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Woo. There we go. Man, Alexander's riding it smoother than me, and he's having a hard time braking. Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm braking too much. Woo-hoo! I'm just a little fearful of the slipping out after my little crash. So they closed this trail in September, so it's been like a full year of work.
Oh, look at that. That's wild in there.
Oh, wow. More of a drainage ditch. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome up there, guys. Killing it.
Yeah.
That was so good.
We had a really nice chat with trail builder Eric here, and I even got to jump in on some of the work, pulled out this big old stump easy. Lower repeat offender. Picking my way through. Oh, right when I was like, I'm gonna get a little more engaged, I'm gonna I'm gonna crash myself. I did have a pretty good wildlife spotting already. A dead badger in the middle of the road. I've never seen a badger. I think they're semi-common in America somewhere, but it was pretty cool. So this is the Interleithen High Street. We call it Main Street back home. And Mark was saying 15 years ago, this was not much going on, and mountain biking has really turned things around. Nice. Number One Cafe. The Number One Cafe is a vegan restaurant. They have breakfast all day. I think I got a breakfast burrito, whatever it was. It tasted pretty good. So this is the little park and pedal car park for the bikers, one of them. Yeah, packed in. One thing everyone says a lot is, instead of like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how's it going? They say, oh, you're all right. Which is just such a weird thing to, I don't want to tell you how I'm actually doing. I take it as like a literal thing instead of, oh yeah, doing good. You all right? Yes, I'm fine. So this old broke down building is going to be the future center of high-tech Scottish mountain biking. It was an old Tweed mill, and Tweed was the big industry in Scotland, and now mountain biking is the big industry. They're going to have this whole innovation center where you can actually test a frame on a bike, where right now the only place to test a frame on a bike is in Germany. They're going to have a startup incubator where if you have an idea for a mountain bike thing, you can work there at a co-working space. They're going to have a test trail. It's going to have cameras and sensors to test riding, and oh my goodness, that is so cool. The Mountain Biking Innovation Center of Scotland. That's pretty amazing. Back to the beautiful top of the hill. Amazing out here. A little drizzly, hot and cold. You know what they say about Scotland? You don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm riding so slow right now. It's like, man, is this how some people have their bikes set up, and they never know, and you never get better because you don't get more comfortable with the bike. You still enjoy the ride, but this is just not what I'm used to. We'll get it dialed in. It is good to get another awesome trip with Alex going. I am still kind of limping around from that crash. Really got me. I am bruised up. I don't really bruise very often, but it's black and blue, and I made it out. We're going on to the next day. Go over to the Singletrack Samplers page. Turn on the notifications. Turn on my notifications as well. That's how you're never gonna miss a video from this trip. It's he, then me, he, then me. We're gonna go back and forth for quite a while, so I hope you enjoy them all. I really enjoyed hitting Scotland. There's a lot of good stuff. So many different trail centers. The darkness is the toughest thing. It's really fun to ride. It's a lot harder to film, so bear with me. There was a lot more left on the cutting room floor today, but we got some good stuff in. Whoo, baby, I cannot wait to share the rest of it with you. Do me a favor, go ride something new, and maybe I'll see you on the trail.